Hello and namaskar. Welcome to Enviro Annotations Productions. Here are the top headlines for the week ending 11th January 2026. Regional Empowered Committee Shillong of the Ministry of Environment, Forest and Climate Change clears proposals for diversion of over 420 hectares of forest land for roads, power lines and border highways in the northeast. The Regional Empowered Committee meeting approved forest diversion proposals pertaining to infrastructure, power and transport projects in Arunachal Pradesh and Tripura. The 6 projects involve more than 420 hectares of forest land and felling of at least 945 trees. National workshop on MISHTI mangrove initiative held in Andhra Pradesh to boost coastal restoration and livelihoods. Central Pollution Control Board releases free manual to identify aquatic insects and monitor water quality in India. Centre notifies 2 major eco-sensitive zones in Bihar, bringing Kaimur and Rajoli wildlife sanctuaries under strict environmental protection. The Union Ministry of Environment, Forest and Climate Change has notified ESZs around the Kaimur Wildlife Sanctuary in Rohtas and Kaimur districts and the Rajauli Wildlife Sanctuary in Nawada district, extending regulatory control over more than 623 square kilometers of forests, villages and riverine landscapes. As per the official notifications, the Kaimur ESZ stretches from 0 to 5.83 kilometers around the sanctuary, covering about 523.52 square kilometers with 0 kilometer buffers along the Uttar Pradesh border, while the Rajouli ESZ brings nearly 100.15 square kilometers under a stringent conservation and land use control regime. The Ministry of Environment, Forest and Climate Change, through a notification issued on 6th January 2026, vide SO number 89E, has amended its earlier notification SO 3921E dated 26th August 2025 regarding the UPSEIAA and UPSEAC. As per the amendment, the post of Member Secretary has been substituted with Secretary, Environment, Forest and Climate Change Department, Government of Uttar Pradesh. Further, under both state-level Expert Appraisal Committee 1 and 2, the position of Member Secretary has been revised to Conservator of Forests, Varanasi Circle, Varanasi. The notification formally updates the composition and administrative structure of the state-level expert appraisal committees in Uttar Pradesh under the Environmental Regulatory Framework. National Green Tribunal Principal Bench holds Varanasi tent cities illegal, orders recovery of 34.25 lakh environmental compensation. NGT dismisses Sagar Paper Mill's appeal after CGWA withdraws earlier groundwater dues order. NGT Western Zone Bench directs CPCB to levy environmental damage compensation on Kutch Lignite Thermal Power Station for pollution violations. NGT upholds 11.71 lakh environmental compensation on Surjit Hyundai for post-closure pollution violations in Bhopal. NGT Western Zone Bench rejects appeal against biomedical waste facility consent in Kolhapur, cites delay and procedural lapses. NGT Bhopal Bench orders strict enforcement of marble slurry controls at Kishangarh, flags groundwater and air quality risks. NGT Bhopal Bench dismisses illegal mining claims against Alwar stone quarries, upholds valid clearances and revenue records. Expert Appraisal Committee for Infrastructure 2 sector projects recommends environmental clearances for Soba and Anchal commercial colonies, Lifeline Hospital expansion, defers KK Birla Academy, MATL Township and returns Ludhiana CETP amendment. The expert committee outlines environmental safeguards to be followed while operation of common municipal solid waste management facility. The Expert Appraisal Committee for Non-Coal Mining Sector Projects showcased Sagar Cement's timeline extension for 1200 TPH crusher at Gudipadu Limestone Mine aligns expansion with cement plant commissioning. The Habitats Trust opens applications for 9th edition of grants to support innovative conservation projects across India. Only 4% of chronically polluted Indian cities covered under National Clean Air Program. According to a satellite-based analysis by the Center for Research on Energy and Clean Air, CREA, 1,787 of India's 4,041 statutory towns have consistently breached PM 2.5 standards between 2019 and 2024. However, only 130 cities are covered under the National Clean Air Program (NCAP), and just 67 of them fall in the most polluted category. The report states that 13,415 crore rupees has been spent largely on road dust control, but pollution at source remains inadequately addressed. In the 2025 PM 2.5 rankings, Birnihat, Delhi and Ghaziabad emerged as the most polluted cities, while Delhi also leads in PM 10 levels with an annual average of 197 microgram per cubic meter. CREA has therefore called for science-based, source-focused and regionally coordinated air quality reforms. Ample Group takes sustainability from intent to action with beach cleanup drive at Besant Nagar. At a beach cleanup drive at Besant Nagar Beach, Chennai, 140 volunteers of Ample Group, the Indian Retail and Enterprise Solutions Company, collected 521.67 kg of waste in 45 minutes, supporting marine protection and the ongoing turtle nesting season. In editorial, editor Sunita Mishra writes, selective inspections, unexecuted directions, the credibility test for CAQM. The editorial questions whether CAQM's extensive inspections and closure orders are translating into real accountability, highlighting a growing gap between enforcement actions and verified compliance. It points to unresolved cases pending updates on tribunal-monitored directions and procedural limbo that undermines the Commission's credibility. Ultimately, it challenges whether CAQM's visible activity is substantive governance or largely symbolic. Before we close, some important dates of January 13th to 15th, World Future Energy Summit 2026, Abu Dhabi, UAE. 17th January, High Seas Treaty Ratification enters into force. 19th to 26th January, World Economic Forum Annual Meeting 2026, Davos, Switzerland. 26th January, North Sea Summit, Hamburg, Germany. So that's all for this episode. We'll be back soon. Take care of yourself and your environment. Keep reading environnotations.com. Thank you very much for your attention.